Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Parkville Network.
Well, all right.
I'm a solid 13 pounds into my quarantine 15, I believe.
I think I am too.
About the last week and a half, I've officially came to work with a belt on. By 9:15, belt is now tucked in my vest pocket. Why? There's no point.
Last week you discovered you didn't need the belt. And now you're just trying to wear the belt because you're trying to make you feel better?
Well, actually, it's out of habit.
Okay.
So I've officially, the belt, yeah.
Have you gone to more spandex in your denim, or are you just going to elastic waistband?
I'm wearing Beth's yoga pants today.
Okay.
Any impression?
That's why you don't ever get up from your desk.
You ladies in your yoga pants, you guys got to figure it out.
I know, I'm telling you.
Holy cow. All right, so 402-403-9478, you could text us, or Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of them. It's Pat and JT. That's where you can find our podcast.
Exactly. And a guest on the show today is we have Laurie Hellbusch with us from Spirit World. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. I love this week. We've talked to so many people remotely, obviously, because of this, but everybody's been at home. Everybody is in a different corner of their house somewhere.
Yeah. Trying to find the quiet corner.
Exactly. So you got the kids are at home, and how many kids do you have?
Right. Yeah. Kids are at home. I have people working on my house too. So, I mean,
good Lord,
it's
that's
chaos,
awesome.
But
you know what? You represent we'll say a
essential
unicorn.
Business.
Well, essential business. A unicorn, the Easter Bunny, all this stuff. Because
no question.
Spirit World, the first part of that, Spirit is helping us get through a lot of this quarantine.
Oh my gosh, me too.
You're trying not to drink the profits.
Right, exactly. I know, it's tough some days.
Right.
That's awesome. No, we're kind of checking in with a lot of people in different businesses, different industries in the last couple of weeks. And just kind of more than anything, I think is really, it has been kind of an experiment in ingenuity, checking in with people and finding out how they've taken their business and they've had to change a couple things and they're still moving forward. And so checking in with you guys at Spirit World, I know that it has been proclaimed a national essential business. And thank goodness.
Well, I don't think it's been proclaimed that nationally, but because there aren't any national orders. But I think my understanding is other markets that have tried to say it's a non-essential business have had to retract that statement. So there have been a couple markets that have tried it and it failed. And they said, just kidding. Liquor stores are going to be essential businesses.
Well, was it 100 years ago when they tried prohibition?
Yeah, we know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know, that's so funny. The anniversary just happened like a month ago. And I'm like, okay, we can't go there again. Didn't we learn our lesson?
Right. That's why we keep the history books. That is it.
Man.
Right.
Oh my
Exactly.
God. So how has it changed things for you guys? What have you taken on or I guess really changed?
You know, we are so fortunate because we have the retail side, and we are obviously a retail wine, beer, and spirits store, but we also have a restaurant and a bar, and we do events. So we're definitely impacted negatively because we can't do 3 out of those 4 functions right now. But our retail side is really the most significant part of our business to begin with, and thankfully, retail liquor sales are up right now. So,
thankfully,
you know, that's been a huge, I mean, you got to drink somewhere, right? So, I mean, we've been really lucky that we can still operate. And I have a lot of empathy and concern for our friends that are on the bar and restaurant side that are just trying to figure out how to even do to-go and do, you know, deliveries and stuff.
Like, how does that work normally? And the other thing like without quarantine, Rick, what are the rules as far as either a delivery or picking up like to go? Obviously, you can go and buy a bottle of wine, but like, can you guys deliver?
Yeah,
through
so
Grubhub or anything?
We can. Yeah. So, you know, it's interesting. The Liquor Control Commission has relaxed some of their rules just to help protect the restaurant and bar industry a little bit. So we've always been able to deliver liquor in the state of Nebraska, and we've always done it. And why other people aren't doing it more, I'm not totally sure. Although I think insurance probably has something to do with that. Just, you know, that it is expensive to insure. But now they relaxed the rules that bars and restaurants. So there's different liquor license classes, and retail is one class, and then bar restaurants fall under a different class. And they said now those bar and restaurant, that class can also deliver. So that helps them a lot because with bars and restaurants where so much of their business is food and they can't do that other than takeout right now, it gives them just that other avenue to say, okay, when we deliver your food, we can also throw a bottle of wine on there or,
nice.
Whatever
Sure.
that might be. On the to-go drinks side, Governor Ricketts just issued, I don't know if it's a clarification or somehow he issued some sort of statement that they would allow to-go drinks, which I thought was really interesting. They then provided clarification that you can't deliver to-go drinks, and I think a lot of people are doing that, but there's still some gray. There's just a lot of trying to figure out what the rules really are. But
like, do they have to be like sealed up in like like, how can you get a to-go drink?
Right. So that's exactly we're working on ours. We're actually going to probably release ours tomorrow. But they have to be in a container of some sort. I mean, it just like a
Yeti?
Like if you go through Starbucks and get your iced coffee it just has to have a lid. It doesn't have to be
absolutely fantastic.
Sealed officially. But
that's amazing.
But yeah, it's they're definitely relaxing things to make it possible for.
Well, I mean,
that's good.
People know what the laws are, and I imagine too that's taken into consideration. Not a lot of people out driving around. To in the first place, but if you have that,
and you hope that people are respectful that if you drink your to-go cocktail on the way home, you're going to ruin it for all of us. So wait till you get home.
Yeah, it's like the one guy that makes the rest of us do 50 push-ups. We're really going to be pissed.
You don't ever want to be that guy. Yeah.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Wait till you get home.
Yeah, wait till you get home, and it's worth the wait. You can do it. But I like that they were trying to do that in particular, like you mentioned about the restaurants, and you guys are in fact impacted by that too, or affected by. I was going to say infected.
Yeah,
Did not mean that.
We definitely are. I mean, it's a huge impact to our food sales and our bar sales. But fortunately, we still have the retail side. So I was able to. We're on a much reduced staff, but I was able to repurpose some of our staff into being on the retail side. And some people that were just part-time anyway said, you know what, I don't need the hours. I can give them to somebody. So we had a lot of shifting people around to make it work. But fortunately, we didn't have a lot of people that really needed the hours that we had to try to repurpose. So that was good.
So let me ask you this too, because another thing you guys do, I know is you'll have groups come in and have wine tastings or whiskey tastings and things like that. Can you still do those kind of things online?
So funny you should ask that. We are doing a practice run of our first virtual whiskey tasting tomorrow night. So we're gathering a group of some, close friends
some
and
guinea
customers
pigs.
and saying, hey, would you be our guinea pigs and let us test run this virtual whiskey tasting? So what we did is put together a package of mini bottles and then like a tasting mat that we send home with them, and then we all log in and follow along tasting the same things. So we're going to see how it goes. But we're hoping to be promoting, doing another. We're hoping to put like one a week together now.
I think that's great because then each home that's tuned in can have their own party.
Yeah.
And so you do one party on your end.
You're tasting the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, your party is you and your husband or wife and your kids. I mean, that's like your party.
Your party.
Right? Like down the road, it's going to be lit. But right now,
party every day now.
Right now, every day at 11 o'clock. When's the next whiskey tasting?
8:30.
8:30? Oh, sorry, my bad. 8:30. You know what's kind of interesting is that about 6 weeks ago, Jill kind of got on the wanting to learn more about wine and enjoying wine bandwagon. Normally, she was.
I've never drank wine before.
So she's like learning about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
We need to hang out.
I'm slowly getting there. It's like it's one, and to tell you the truth, there are a couple of wine snobs that kind of giggled at me because they forgot what it's like when you first started out. Okay, wine for me, it stopped at magic moments.
What's
Just
that?
saying,
What is
that's
that?
TJ Swan. And I never did Boone's Farm, so don't laugh, okay? Because I didn't even go down that road. But that's
You're
where
fortunate there.
that's where it kind of stopped for me.
Nasty hangovers with Boone's Farm and like Purple Passion. I don't know if Purple Passion's a wine. Is Purple Passion a wine? What is Purple Passion?
I doubt it. No, I don't think Boone's Farm is technically a wine either. But
By license, it's not necessarily a wine.
I think
I know.
the contents of it are not necessarily considered wine.
I was trying to think, because like Magic Moments, I remember it was sold at the IGA. It was an IGA in Ashland. It was on Main Street, right on 14th and Silver in Ashland, when the supermarket used to be downtown, and it was like $1.99 or something
then
like
it's
that.
oh good lord.
And
That's like Purple Passion. It's like $2 for a 2 liter.
But there was magic moments.
I love it.
I can't remember some of the other names, but anyway, so I decided, because I'd kind of been on the vodka wagon for a long time because I love Colorado Bulldogs and the ilk like that. And so I've kind of shifted gears and trying the wine. So I'm right now stuck in the old Moscato Riesling lane.
That's the gateway. That's the
Okay.
gateway wine. We'll get you
Good.
there.
Okay.
You got your foot in the door.
So are you planning any kind of like wine, maybe not wine tastings or maybe classes that you could do online about like wine pairings?
Yeah, that's kind of what we're thinking. Is we're going to test it with whiskey because that's what we do the most of tasting wise. But yeah, we're thinking we're going to do wine and even, it doesn't have to be like a whole hour-long class or anything, a big formal thing, but we also started doing cocktail packages that we, and let me backtrack here. So another thing that we did to shift gears was we'd been talking about creating some sort of online ordering function for a long time, and this just sort of like pushed us over the edge to, okay, we got to put this together now.
Wow.
So we now have ordering available online for some of our favorite top-selling wines and spirits, but also we put together some packages for a couple wine packages that are like value driven, here's 6-bottle or 12-bottle wine packages that you can either do curbside pickup or have delivered. And then we also did like, I think it's 8 or 10 cocktail packages that are just sort of some of our favorite cocktails that you can buy all the ingredients in one package. And
That's
so
awesome.
we're going to be
That's a
doing
great idea.
some like demonstration on, okay, you bought the Quarantini cocktail package. How do you make that cocktail? And then we'll have Tyler, our manager, jump on and show everybody how to whip that cocktail
Can you tell us what's in the Quarantini?
Yeah, we made up our own Quarantini recipe.
Good for
Kinda
you.
whatever. Good job.
Good for you. I think that's great. And it's kind of interesting too. You talk about how you kind of had this idea that was on the map, and it's pushed you, it increased you. We were talking to Blaine over at Porky Butts the other day, and he was talking about, they had talked about doing takeout and kind of ramping that up a little bit, and now that's their whole business model, and it's
all you can do now,
right? And so it pushed it a little bit, and now that's doing really well. And so when we get to go back to the way things were, he's gonna, you're already in that other lane now. That's exciting.
Yeah. Which is great. I mean, I think that as a business owner, I've been doing this 12 years now. And like, if there's one thing I've learned, you have to stay flexible and you have to be responsive to what's happening around you. So, I think in a way this is going to create, I don't want to diminish how, the big impact it's going to have on a lot of businesses and maybe not all businesses are going to make it, but I hope that we can also try to see the opportunity to, move our business forward and what can we learn through the process that we can stick with and what can we learn that we want to go back to and maybe don't need to go back to that we were doing before.
For sure.
Trying to take the silver lining and the positive out of it.
And also too, I've said this for a long time. I'm not a wine person at all, but just because you spend $7-8 for a bottle of wine doesn't mean it's a bad bottle of wine at all.
No, and I view our job is when people walk in and they say they're looking for wine, there are 2 questions I ask them is, do you know what you like already? And then what's your comfortable price point? We have great wine in every price point. So I just my job isn't to tell you what I like. My job is to put, to hear you and put the right bottle in your hands based on what you're telling me you like. So I think there are great wines in every price point.
I appreciate that saying.
Yeah. We all do at this point.
And I'm also finding that boxes are not to be avoided.
Yeah, why? What's the stigma against a boxed wine? It's the same wine, but just in a square thing.
It used to be terrible. That's why it used to be terrible. It used to be that only like really cheap brands did box wine, but now you can find really good wines in box wines. And if you aren't, the problem that I have is if I open a bottle of wine and I don't finish it, I may not drink the rest of it for a couple of days, and then you may end up throwing it out. And it's funny. One of my employees is like, I don't understand this problem. How do you not finish a bottle of wine?
I was
the problem.
Right. That's what I was. I was like, I've never done that. I don't know.
I think the problem's a lot deeper that you're not drinking fast enough.
I know. I'm starting too late. I don't know. I need to identify the issue, but box wines can be great if you, because you can just, it has a spigot on it and you can just take what you want for that serving. And then Now, there's a downside that sometimes you don't realize how much you've had, and you can end up drinking more than you would have otherwise. So
I have noticed
you gotta be
careful. I'm like, that should have lasted a lot longer than it did. I just got this 2 days ago. What the hell?
That's what this 2 weeks supply.
You know what? All the rules are pretty much out the door for the quarantine. Like, we just got to get through it. Just whatever it takes.
That's true.
And I know, and culinarily, we're all eating probably different than we would have normally. At least I know in my house we are. So I just wanted to know, and we're not holding you to this, but I'm just going to ask you some like the 3 or 4 most popular things that I eat in my home, and maybe other people's do. What other people do too. What wine you would pair, maybe. Or drink or good call. Okay, either drink or wine you would pair with these things. Okay,
or any spirit, or anything. Yes, okay.
Like a Totino's pizza.
Okay,
Totino's pizza.
Okay, so pizza. I like Chianti with pizza or Italian bread.
Ooh.
Okay.
Chianti. What is Chianti?
So it's from the Chianti region of Italy. It's typically Sangiovese would be the grape that's in Chianti. It's kind of a lighter red. It's a little bit drier. So if you like it sweet, you may not like Chianti as well, but it's known for being a great pairing with Italian food with like cheesy tomato saucy kind of.
I know there's a bottle of it that has like a wicker basket thing on the bottom of it, like a yes, right? Or whatever.
That's like the quintessential Chianti.
Yeah. Okay.
So you don't only drink it with fava beans.
No, not always.
Okay, that's
if you're a serial killer.
Got it. Okay, got it.
Okay, so we have the Totino's pizza covered. What about just straight up butter noodles?
Okay, I'd probably go with a white, maybe a Chardonnay.
Okay.
So, because Chardonnay is kind of known for, typically the flavor profile is that it's kind of oaky and buttery. So if you think of like wine that has a little bit of buttered toast kind of taste to it. So I would do a Chardonnay, I think, with butter noodles.
Okay. Very nice. Sounds like that'd go well with breakfast too.
All of this goes well with breakfast.
Okay. All wine goes well with breakfast.
Right? Okay, one more.
There's always mimosas too.
And mimosas, yes.
Okay, so bologna and provolone sandwich.
Oh gosh. Okay, you're killing me. I haven't had bologna in like 20 years. Let me think. Bologna and provolone. You like went high end on the cheese and low end on the meat.
I am the hashtag white trash person. Right? This is me. I love it.
It's on white. Can I just say it's on white bread?
It's
on white bread.
It is on white bread.
Okay.
Let's see. We're doing wine specifically or anything?
No, anything,
whatever.
I'm going to just say whiskey then, because if you're going to go with bologna, I think you need something a little bit stronger to kind of cut through the.
Okay, fair.
Cut through the bologna.
I thought for sure she was going to say hams. I was like,
oh, darn it!
You could
missed opportunity.
Like a Schlitz.
Yeah.
Right.
Now you missed one, Pat.
What's that?
I don't know. Do you guys still have fish sticks in the house, or
100% fish sticks, pizza rolls?
So fish sticks would be another one for you. We'll make that our last one.
Fish sticks, tater tots.
I do fish sticks and tater tots. I would do a dry white, like a Sauvignon Blanc.
Very nice.
And what about for the adults?
Sauvignon Blanc pairs well with fish.
Okay.
What's that?
What about for the adults?
Chocolate milk.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
That's awesome. Laurie, thank you so much. This has been fun, honestly.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
This has been fun. So, the delivery thing, they just call you guys at the store?
So yeah, you can order online if what you're looking for, if you can find it on our website, which we now have. If you click at the top, it has kind of a featured cocktail packages, wine packages, and cocktail packages. Click through there, and you'll get to all our online ordering. So if you can find what you're looking for, order it. Go ahead and order it online. If you can't find it, we still say call us, because we can only put a small amount of our inventory on there. So we'll deliver anything in the store to you, and it's. We do have a delivery fee to some locations. It just varies by where we're coming from. If we have to drive an hour to get to you, then we have a delivery fee.
And if you do, and if those poor people, they will pay.
Heck
they'd be more than happy to, because if they're an hour away from you, they will pay.
Whatever your delivery fee is, double it.
They'll probably ask you to stay for a while.
Right.
I don't know.
Hang out, please hang out with me.
You have to stay on the porch, but
hang
that's
out
okay.
with me.
Man, thank you so much.
So what's your website, Laurie? What's your website?
SpiritWorldWine.com.
Very good. Okay. Very good. Laurie Hellbusch, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. We look forward to seeing you again real soon.
Okay.
All right. Thanks,
Very
Laurie.
nice.
We'll
That's
see you.
Laurie Hellbusch and Spirit World.
Holy cow, man.
Yeah.
I feel so much better about drinking at 8:15 in the morning now.
I thought you just feel better about drinking with pizza.
Well, I never had guilt about that. Thanks for listening to our podcast. For Pat and JT.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.